Valorant, Apex Legends, Counter-Strike 2, Brawl Stars. These are the leaders inside the gaming industry. Are you and your child developing an addiction to gambling throughout these games? Today on State of, we're going to figure out the pros and cons, the positives and negatives of gambling inside the gaming industry. There's a million players, just like the star of queued up Davis Tadlock, coming home off of work to do one thing, and that's open some cases.
What'd you get?
M9 Vanilla! Oh my god, I didn't expect it at all! Oh my god, bro! Shit, my heart almost dropped. What a feeling! What a feeling, bro! That's why I play the hobby. That's why I'm a part of the hobby, bro. For moments like this.
That's huge.
Welcome to the Global Gaming Network. My name is Seth Henry, aka Mongo. Today we're going to take a deep dive into the state of gambling inside of gaming. For those of you who won't stay to the whole video, I'll make my opinion short. I don't think gambling inside of gaming is that big of a problem. Yes, there are tons of kids who are going out there, taking mommy's credit card, buying some Roblox to go play some Gacha games. You see it with Grow a Garden, 11 million players. I guarantee you a couple million of those are kids under 12 using mom's credit card to buy some gachas. For some, it is a problem, yes. And for some, it could totally be an addiction. But me personally, I just like the rush. Sometimes I want to get home, pull Davis after a long day, and just rip some packs. Is there an upside? 100%, sometimes you can make it big. You can definitely fall short though. I think with games like Counter-Strike, take something like Brawl Stars, there's over 4 million players. Probably 25% of them are getting on just to open cases. That also leads into esports. Esports as a whole, your favorite esport, COD, CS, League of Legends. Chances are they are powered by and sponsored by a gambling website. If you have a problem with that, it's hard to get away from it in this industry. We are a product of our time. Most games will not be able to stay around for as long as we want without some form of loot crate, some form of microtransaction. It really is an adapt or overcome for a lot of these gaming publishers. Gone are the simple days of a simple multiplayer like Call of Duty, where you buy one skin and it works for every single gun. It's just not the day we're in. Take Destiny 2. You want to buy an ornament for your hunter. You're buying a chest piece, a helmet, leggings, boots. It truly has become a problem for some people who cannot control their instincts and their mental state. The biggest developers are using scare tactics to lure you and your friends into buying skins and other things inside of these games. Take Valorant with the night market. Same thing goes with League of Legends. They use FOMO, the fear of missing out, to lure you into thinking that you only have a day to buy the skins. And for some people, you may not look at that as gambling, but you still cannot go buy the skin that you indirectly want whenever you want. So when that night market appears and you see your Sentinels of Light Vandal, the chances are you're gonna go and buy it. I'm the same way. When I get on League of Legends and I see like in the Blue Essence Emporium that my skin is right there up for grabs, dude, I want to buy it every time. Being brutally honest, there are some major downsides to gambling. Most people may just come into it for the rush, for the thrill of opening a case or opening a FIFA pack, but people truly do struggle with addictions. And I believe that since we do start kids at such a young age now, where it's constantly thrown in their face of, buy this case, open this pack, Brawl Stars, buy this Star Pass, that children inevitably will develop addictions to gambling. And again, it's gonna start small and one day it could end up in a Vegas casino at 3 a.m. It is a hard fact. But at the same point, it could be the other end, where a kid takes his mom's credit card, like I said, goes and buys 100 breakout cases on Counter-Strike and loses all that money, I guarantee you that that spanking that kid has will inevitably lead to him maybe not going down the hard path of gambling. It makes you wonder that since gaming has taken this turn into battle passes, microtransactions, all this, that it would inevitably lead to such a hard truth. Again, me personally, I partake in gambling probably more than I should. When Steam came out with the big statistic of, hey, go through here and you can check how much money you've spent on Steam, I think a lot of people were probably scared by the fact that they went on, saw that they only had 75 games in the library, but somehow they had spent over $4,000. Yes, you can totally look at games like Roblox, or especially mobile games, which make up an insane amount of the player base, especially for children. And for children especially, there is definitely a case for probably when we were kids, we did not have gambling as easy of an access to it. I mean, I look at like stuff like Pokemon packs and like, yes, we for sure had the ability to go buy those, a lot of times not through our money. But I don't know if that's what necessarily led me down a path of wanting to go degen and open cases and rip packs and stuff. For today's youngest generation, it is definitely so much more accessible, and that's definitely something that you cannot argue. I mean, season passes, battle passes, all that kind of stuff, it is in a child's face, especially a child that's into gaming. It is definitely a correlation to gambling. It could definitely be seen as a problem, and I think, honestly, it falls on the parents. I mean, my parents gave me a lot of free will as a kid. Maybe that made me want to be more accessible to going to gamble. But I think if a child has unrestricted access to gambling, it could definitely correlate to a problem, like I said earlier. But I think that most parents should be knowledgeable of the stuff that is going on within gaming. I mean, mobile games especially. I think that parents need to step up and take accountability. Because if you do leave your child on their iPad or on their computer, on their Xbox, their PlayStation, whatever, for hours and hours at a time, it is, like I said earlier, in their face. It is so easily accessible. Throughout this episode, we've conducted our own little thought experiment. One, to try and keep viewers entertained. If you have the TikTok brain rot mind like me, it's hard to stay entertained in some videos. But like I said, Davis has been pulling cases this entire time. And as you can tell, it is not going fantastic. I'm sure somewhere in one of these corners, you can see how much we are down from gambling alone just in this video. Someone like Valve, in 2023, over 400 million cases were opened. It's costed us like $100 to open like 11 right now. And I'm looking back and all I'm seeing are blues. I don't even think they're like back new or anything. We're down bad. Or I should say I'm down bad, because he is just ripping stone cold on my Steam account. Okay, buy more. Thank you so much for joining us and talking about gambling inside of gaming. It is definitely a touchy subject for a lot of people. I mean, it is a problem, it is an epidemic. I think that free will, like I said earlier, plays a big role into what you as a person should take from it. In part 2, we're going to go into discussing gambling inside of esports, whether it's the competitive integrity and players betting on themselves, throwing matches, whatever, or it's your favorite esport being directly sponsored by a gambling corporation. Thank you for joining us on the Global Gaming Network. I'm Seth Henry, aka Mongo, and we'll see you next time.